There is nothing more eerie than Friday the 13th falling in October, and this is one of those years. The 13th day of the month falls on a Friday 1 to 3 times a year. This is the second Friday the 13th of the year. The last one was in January, and the next one won't be until September 2024. The fair of the 13th of Friday may have been amplified by slasher films, but where did this superstition originate? People like to think of superstitions related to the 13th of Friday as an example of magical thinking. Magical thinking is when someone believes there is a cause and effect relationship between two things that are otherwise unrelated. For example, Friday and the number 13 take on a different quality when they coincide on the same day. Some people look for positive associations between things. For example, in China, the 2008 Olympics started 8/8 on the 8th day of the 8th month because that number is associated with luck. Another example is when someone has a lucky charm or assigns greater value to an item after it has belonged to a celebrity, said Stevens. According to Stevens, the 13th of Friday combines two taboos taken from the Bible. According to the story of the Last Supper of Jesus, 13 people were at the table, and this happened on a Thursday. He was arrested the same evening and crucified the next day on Friday, so the number 13 is associated with this awful event. And on Friday the 13th, you get a double blow. Both of these elements come together, the taboo of the number 13 and the crucifixion that happens on Friday. According to Christian tradition, there were 13 people present at the Last Supper, including Jesus and his 12 disciples. The 13th guest, Judas Iscariot, betrayed Jesus. This association led to the superstition that having 13 guests at a table is a bad omen. Second, popular culture. The superstition about Friday the 13th was popularized through books, movies, and TV shows. The most well-known example is the Friday the 13th horror film series, in which a mass killer pursues and kills people on the 13th of Friday. These representations in popular culture helped reinforce the superstition about Friday the 13th in the minds of many people. You may not be alone in experiencing this fear. You might be dealing with triskaidekaphobia, which is the fear of the number 13. Question: are there any other unlucky days and numbers? Answer: yes. In different cultures around the world, there are several other unlucky days and numbers. For example, in China, the number 4 is considered unlucky because it sounds like the word for death in Chinese. In Japan, the number 9 is considered unlucky because it sounds like the word for suffering in Japanese. In some cultures, Tuesday the 13th is considered unlucky rather than Friday the 13th. Is there any scientific evidence to support the belief that Friday the 13th is an unlucky event? Answer: no, there is no scientific evidence to support that belief that Friday the 13th is an unlucky event. Research has shown that there is no increase in accidents, injuries, or deaths on the 13th of Friday. The belief that Friday the 13th brings bad luck is simply a superstition. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video to stay updated on the most interesting and popular news early on. Your subscription is necessary for more frequent news updates and high quality video viewing.